Wonderful.
Dun, dun, dun. Going
Dun,
live.
dun, 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 dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun,
dun. We're alive.
dun. Yay.
Go ahead.
All right.
So welcome.
Currently, 0 viewers, 1 viewer.
Someone's out there.
Dun, dun, going live.
So we're live, so we can go.
Okay. How do I? Yay.
Just go to the screen and mute it. Go to the
All right.
mute it itself.
Go to not my Zoom.
No, your YouTube page that you have it pulled up on and mute it on the page. So
Okay.
you
It was on my Zoom page. Thank you.
You're welcome. We're doing this.
We are doing this.
Wonderful. Also, guys, did you still want me to do meditation today as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
People come.
Yeah, but you want to do an introduction on what we are doing today, Izzy?
Yeah. So let me do that. Let me do an introduction, everyone. So hi, everyone. I am Isabelle Zimmerman, and I have a bunch of friends that they can introduce themselves because I am horrible at names and I will massacre their names. So you are joining us at Attracting Wisdom. I'm just hosting this Round Ascension table call. We like to do this call every other Sunday around the Ascension. My group of friends, or our group of friends, because now you're friends with them too, our group of friends, we just wanted to talk around the Ascension to give you an idea of what is happening, and so that you feel part of something bigger than you, and that you are not going crazy, and that it is normal and it is okay. Basically, everything is okay. And we all have different experiences, and the Ascension is really your own personal journey, but it is raising your vibration. We are collectively raising our vibration, and you're part of that. There are many different phases and stages with the Ascension, and I thought having an informal conversation with a group of friends would be wonderful for you to pull up a chair and join in that conversation with the Go Live on YouTube. So ask any questions. We'll start the conversation, and hopefully that will spark you to say, oh my gosh, I want to ask around this, or have you experienced that, or anything that you want to talk about around the Ascension. It's my honor to have you be part of this conversation, because I'm all about great conversations. So without further ado, Daniel, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, hi, my name is Daniel. I live in Texas, and I am a soul brother of Isabelle. We consider that we're part of the same soul family, and we have similar guides. So I channel a collective that calls itself the Oracle. No accident that Isabelle's guides, her primary guides are Athena and Isis, and then the Oracle from Delphi. It all kind of intertwines. So I look forward to a great conversation about magic today with the Ascension.
Thank you. All right, Kimberly.
Well, hello, everybody. So my name is Kimberley Late, and I channel the beings of the light. And the beings of the light are a range of beings. So they range from what you call as archangels, ascended masters, ETs, yeah, any kind of beings really. So I channel an array of beings. And yeah, so I'm also a counselor as well, and an Ascension teacher and light language alchemist. So yeah, I'm from Sydney, Australia, if you guys detect that Aussie accent. So it's very exciting to join my soul sister here, Isabelle, and my lovely friends here on the call today to talk about Ascension.
Thank you. Nikki?
Hello, everybody. My name's Nikki Fouere. I'm here in France in this conversation with you guys because I too am an Ascension teacher, and I'm also a therapist, and I also channel Mary Magdalene and a few others. I'm relatively new at channeling. I've been doing it in the closet, so to speak. But yeah, the Ascension is an exciting topic, and the energies are so intense right now that this is the perfect time, as it's the spring equinox, and we're really getting a lot of energy, and it's an opportunity for us to vibrate even higher and to go into more love. And so I'm excited about this conversation and sharing it with you.
Wonderful. And Roxanne?
Hi, everyone. I'm Roxanne Swinehart. I channel a few beings, but mainly Osifius, Esmeralda, Sly, things like that. We talk about Ascension, discovering yourself. And last week we talked about some of the Ascension, or 2 weeks ago with Kimmy on her channel, we talked about Ascension symptoms on what people go through. And today I love the idea that we're going to talk about the magic of it, more of the what's really awesome about it. And we're going to discuss that today. So thanks for joining in, everyone. And thank you, Izzy, for hosting today. Yeah.
Well, my pleasure. Thank you so much for helping me set this up.
You got
Without Roxanne, guys, you would not see us.
Yeah.
And Max. Oh my gosh. And thank goodness for Max too.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining. So I'm in Switzerland and on the Geneva Lake. I mainly work with the angelics at the moment, but many other beings, obviously, everyone has many guides, many beings that are there for them all the time, and with which we are connected. So I work essentially with around wealth, worth, and lack. That's my main work right now that I'm launching, and I'm very happy to be here with all of you. And in any moment, anytime you join in.
Yeah.
Thank you, Max. Those are great subjects, Max. Humanity and all of us really always need help around those subjects. So thank you so much for sharing. Okay, so I wanted to kick off this conversation because I am very interested in magic, and I wanted to share an experience around that magic, the unexpected to me around the Ascension is seeing things that you would not normally see in your everyday life because your perception and your vibration was at a certain frequency and band. So one of my favorite unexpected things as I was ascending was I saw a rainbow in the middle of the night. So it was nighttime and there was no light source, and I saw a rainbow, and it just thrilled me to no end that I could see such a thing. Of course, when I first saw it, I rubbed my eyes like, is this really happening? And that was one of the first magical, unexpected things that I saw. I did see signs like butterflies and rainbows and reflection of light and lots of things like that. I love our symbols from our guides, repeating numbers and that kind of thing. But the rainbow in the middle of the night was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. So would anyone else like to share what they've experienced?
Well, I think, Kim, do you want to do a meditation? Are you up for that? Or do you want to?
Of course I am. Do you guys want to do one now?
Yeah, let's do
I don't know
it.
if it's time to do it now or not, but I just remember that you were thinking about
Yeah,
that.
no, I'm happy to do it now or at the end. What do you guys prefer?
I say let's do it now. Let's get into the space of magic.
It'll set us up for a good energy.
Yeah.
Sounds perfect. All right, guys. Well, So those of you joining live today, or those of you that are going to be watching this, I'm not sure if you watched the first roundtable that we did a fortnight ago. So basically, I do light language alchemy and I channel the Elohim. So they are angelic beings, angelic rays of creation, basically. So what happens is that I channel their frequency and I go into like a rainbow light body and I channel healing and ascension source code. So basically how I describe it, it's kind of like meditation on steroids, basically. So basically I channel these tones, and they are codes and they help to activate our dormant DNA, raise our frequency, bring more light into our cells, helps our helps us move more easily through these ascension symptoms as well. But of course, it can also activate ascension symptoms because they do significantly raise your frequency. So yeah, anyway, depending on how sensitive you are out there energetically, you might experience certain energies moving in your being. You might psychically see things, but if you don't, that's all okay as well. We just, some people who are very psychically sensitive can usually pick up some energies happening at the moment, but it's all good. So with this, it also includes just a brief kind of channeled guided meditation at the start and the end, just to guide you into that space of surrender, so you can absorb the most effective way these light codes. So if you are going to be watching this back, live is okay, but I've found that if you actually listen to this with headphones, so if you're going to watch this back, it's more effective with headphones just because of the frequencies that are emitted. It just heightens the potency of those frequencies coming through if you use headphones. But if you don't have headphones, it's all good as well. Alrighty, so we'll just do a brief one. Oh, actually, because this has obviously general effects, this meditation, with all meditations, with all practices of energy, you can imprint the energy, right? And this goes hand in hand with the magic of ascension, because everything is energy and we can imprint energy with our intentions. So intentions are very powerful. So I would like to imprint this light language alchemy session with the intention. So because this session is about the magic of ascension, let's imprint the session today to help us to, because now it's the equinox, and I know it's, depending where you are in the world, you've got, summer equinox in the northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere where I am, it's not the summer equinox, it's the autumn equinox. So depending on where you live, but basically there is an array of energies now available to us, and these energies help to activate codes already within us to help us move forward in our evolution. So with this, a light language alchemy, I'm going to imprint it with the intention for it to assist us with these energies to move through us most effectively, to activate what's required for our highest good, to activate more of the knowing within us for our soul purpose, and all the magic within us for it to come through into our conscious awareness state, and of course to help us move more easily through the energy shifts that's happening within us, because at the moment, we are activating a lot of dormant DNA within us. So, it's a lot of different sensations that's happening for all of us. Some can be quite unusual. So my intention for this session is just for us to ease more easily through this transition. All right, guys. So when you're ready, I will ask you to just close your eyes and relax. Roxanne, if you don't mind, I'm going to take a few minutes just to go and set my intention. So until I start, we've got this lovely bell here. When I'm ready to start, do you mind playing your flute and your magical flute playing? So beautiful. All right. Yes. All right. We'll see you soon. Take a deep breath in. With every breath, with every exhalation, feel your being filled with universal light, source light, divine essence in which you are created. Feel the lightness of energy as you breathe in and exhale any density energies that no longer serve you. Make the intention to yourself to let go what is no longer required for you as you breathe in and you exhale. Notice your being becoming lighter and lighter. And as you breathe, start to focus on your heart center. Envision now a golden flame twinkling in your heart center. See this golden flame, the source energy of your being. See this flame grow brighter and brighter. And as you focus on this golden flame, see yourself projecting yourself, walking into this flame, this brilliant golden light of pure source love, the love of who you are. As you walk into this flame of divine pure light, you look around and all you see is brilliant golden light. And as you stand there, open your heart center. And as you open your heart center, by imagining your heart center, there is a portal. Envision your heart space opening, surrendering to this golden light within you. As you open your heart space, notice, feel, envision this golden light enter your being now, your projected self, as it fills your being. And as it fills your being, you become one with this golden light. You are this golden light. And as you continue to open your heart space, you start to feel the magic of this golden light. You start to feel the love radiating from you because you are now aligned to your inner being. You are now aligned to the source within, to the source that is you. As you breathe, you open your heart center, for you know that you are receiving the activations to most eloquently assist you here on your ascension journey. The codes that are now here to assist you to remember more of who you are as the divine enlightened being that you are, the enlightened being of love that you are, the divine being that you are as a way show here in this great awakening shift. As you now declare to yourself that you are now ready to receive the remembrance of who you are in your divinity. And as you breathe and surrender to the light, you open yourself to receive the remembrance of the light that you are, the love that you are, the divinity that you are in the remembrance state of your divinity. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. As you breathe, notice the sensations in which you are now vibrating in. Notice the lightness of body. Notice any physical sensations. Notice any feelings arising within you. As you breathe in and exhale, notice the recalibration process taking effect as you breathe in and exhale in your alignment with a higher vibrational self. As you breathe and exhale, place the focus now on the bottom of your feet. Envision roots going from the bottom of your feet. As they grow downwards, see these roots extending downwards. As you envision the roots going into the heart of Mother Gaia, you see a brilliant rose golden light beneath you. You sense the divine love of the Great Mother. As she gives you her love, as you are one with her, as you thank her for this interaction, she activates you to ground into her new vibrational self. As you are in alignment with Gaia's energies, with her vibration, with the collective, as you breathe, you now feel and envision a brilliant rose pink light entering from the heart of the mother as it travels up your roots. See it now entering to the bottom of your feet. As it now enters your being, enters through base chakra, as it enters all the way up, sacral chakra. And as you see it traveling all the way up, as it enters now into your heart space. And as it enters, see a brilliant flash, pure white light. As you breathe and exhale this brilliant light. Start to notice your surroundings. Start to place your focus outside of yourself as you start to bring your awareness into the present now. And when you are ready, you may open your eyes. And remember, this connection is available to you by going inwards. You are divinely always connected to your divine power and your divine light. It is with such love that we come through today. Until next time, farewell.
Welcome back, Kimberly.
Whew, welcome back. Guys of you that are joining, if you haven't already, grab some water.
Yes.
Woohoo! That was a lot of energy.
Yes.
And just
I felt the heat.
Yeah. And guys, just for you guys joining us and have not experienced this before, this is a deeply activation energy session, and as such, deep detox processes go into play here, even past this session. So just listen to your body, drink lots of water because your body will need it. Your body's now going to be detoxing. So you just listen to your body and yeah. Woo. How did you guys experience that today?
That was amazing. I felt like my whole body was vibrating. It was amazing. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Whew. And you can watch this back in the recording as well. And yeah, definitely sets us up for the session today, doesn't it?
Yes, because that is what I consider magic. Why is toning so magical that can be felt in your body? Like, why does my face get like super, super, super hot? I'm just on a Zoom call with my friends, right? So those are those things to me that is very magical. It's unexpected to feel it within your body, for like Nikki to feel like her body was vibrating, you know, or when you were asking us to imagine the roots, did anyone see those roots?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a very grounding thing to do. And to feel really connected to Mother Gaia. Yeah.
Right. So feeling connected to Mother Gaia, like we a lot of us on this call, we meditate, right? And we're familiar with it. And Nikki, you do gong. And I love hearing your gong stories, because you'll say, oh my gosh, I saw myself as this Japanese older woman when you were listening to a gong. It's just a tone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Gong baths, definitely. I visited a lot of my past lives in gong baths. That took about a year to start happening, but that's amazing what sound alchemy can do. Yeah.
Right? And so here's another magical aspect of the ascension. I think if we weren't open, if our minds were not open, and we were allowing the possibility of past lives to be open to that, I think our soul knows that we're able to receive that information. So to me, that's part of the magic of the ascension. And it's just using a different language. You know, we all have like mindfulness or grounding or different aspects of the ascension. But to me, I think that it's so great that you got that vision in a gong bath, or that Kimberley, I can feel my psychic energy on the top of my head and my cheeks are really warm. I wish you guys could touch me. If you could just touch my cheek right there, it's really hot.
It's hot. I'm like burning up actually at the moment. Lots of psychic energy
We
goes
should-
through me when I do this.
Because you know, I'm like such a scientific girl. Like we should get like those like temperature gauges. You know, oh, like when you go to the store and they scan your temperature, I need a heat gun. Roxanne like that.
We could sizzle an egg on your face.
Yes, let's all go smash an egg on our forehead after we do it. Let's test it out.
What were you going to say, Roxanne?
Like one of those infrared guns where they can
Yes.
see different frequencies. Yeah. Or the different heat zones. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we need. That's totally what we need.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What about you, Daniel? Did you experience anything during Kimberly's session?
Yeah, so actually, I felt my eyes just rolling to the back of my head or upward, you know, towards the crown chakra. Just really, really, really intense. And then the other thing is that at some point, I started touching my tongue to the roof of my mouth, which I know actually completes an energetic circuit when you do that. So it was just a lot of interesting things going on in this, you know, area of my body. Sorry.
It looks like you're voting.
And nowhere else.
Yeah, actually, I'm doing that to preempt Roxanne for making fun of me.
What are you talking about? I'm not going to make fun of you. Just because you're voguing. Come on. Never.
It's very
There you
positive.
Oh my goodness, I
Yeah.
love it.
The pose.
Yeah. Okay, so does anyone else have a story?
Well, I have a story. Can I tell my story?
Yes, I would love to. Great.
And actually, I'm going to start this story by asking whoever's watching the playback, or maybe those who were tuned in at the very beginning. So Isabelle was in a different part of the room that she is in now, where light was shining on her and casting shadows from the mini blinds, okay? And this actually perfectly relates to my story. So in thinking about the ascension and the magic, so a couple of Fridays ago, I was at work. The room that I work in is on the second floor of our office building. It's in the corner, and it's got floor to ceiling windows. So it's windows all on one side and then on another side, right? So, and then we have blinds that we close, but you know, we also open them sometimes too, depending. So this is late in the afternoon, and at a certain point, because it was so bright and sunny outside, I started getting those shadows of the mini blinds on the front of my cubicle at work. And so, okay, so I noticed that. And then all of a sudden, so I'm working on my computer and I look and I see a bird, the shadow of a bird pass by. I'm like, oh, okay. And right outside our window, there's also live oak trees. So if you live in an area of the world that doesn't have those, they're beautiful, just sprawling branches, majestic trees. So, and it was windy that day. So I was also seeing the gentle swaying of the oak trees. And well, all of a sudden, it caught my attention that there was a shadow of a butterfly flying around. And I looked backwards to try to see if I saw it, and I didn't see the butterfly. But then it happened again. Again, I turn around really quick at the actual window, and I don't see the butterfly. And this happens like 4 or 5 times, right? And of course, I connect that to my mother. My mother loved butterflies, dragonflies, hummingbirds. So instantly, I feel like this is my mom communicating with me. But I just found it so fascinating that I only saw the shadow of the butterfly, not the actual butterfly. And so where I'm going with this is that I feel like in the ascension and in the awakening that we're like, so the old me would have wanted to have seen the physical actual butterfly, but just seeing this magical game of, I guess what Isabelle would call peekaboo, with the shadow of the butterfly, but not seeing the actual butterfly every time I turned around. I feel like this is part of the magic. It's really tapping into the appreciation for things, whereas we have just such a limited maybe appreciation about certain things. Can you appreciate the shadow of something? Do you have to see the actual thing? Can you just appreciate the shadow that it casts? These sorts of things, and so for me, it was further magical when I see Isabelle, like, oh my God, I was prepared to tell this story, and it was just so perfect seeing, you know, those diagonal shadows across her face. And then I also have to say too, that in her own special way, Isabelle's a mother figure for me. So it's like this beautiful mother energy around me. So that's my story that I wanted to tell. Oh, we can't hear you. Oh, there you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Better.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Daniel. And I love being the mother also, just so you guys know. And the shadow aspect, I think when you are ascending, I think that was a really great story to share around the butterfly, because I loved how you brought so many layers to it. So much symbolism and layers that something ordinary was extraordinary.
Yeah.
And that to me is the magic of the ascension, that the ordinary is really extraordinary. Yeah. Roxanne, do you have anything you would like to share?
When you get ascension magic, it's very subjective. It means you own it and it's your magic. Sharing your magic is like sharing slides at a family reunion. After a while, make sure you do that. It's great to share, but what I'm saying is you got to own it first. Own your magic, because if you don't, when Bashar said people push away their own awesomeness, they hold on to their negative, they push away. And everybody goes through an experience of guilt because they're getting things they don't expect. Or everyone that's getting the magic is surprised at the magic. Well, I'm sorry, we're creators and we're magical beings. Until you accept that, then you'll keep yourself buffered against your own attraction. So when the magic happens, you got to be awesome, because if you're in awe of it, you're going to spend a lifetime being in awe of something. I say this because I get it quite a bit in my reality with some of the students and some of the people asking me questions. Why is this happening? Well, because you're awesome. There's a myth out there, and it's called a human myth. It's a human experience, and it's within the consciousness of human the human world itself, and it stays there. And just make sure you don't go out and take your human stuff and decorate the entire universe with it, because it's not. It's the human experience that we have to earn our way back. We know we don't have to earn our way anywhere. So when you're putting out the idea and you start to receive and you're focusing on the law of attraction of awesomeness and you start to get it, don't be shocked that you get awesome. I want to tell you that again. Don't be shocked that you get awesome. Creation listens to one thing, vibration. If creation listened to prayer, we'd live in a different world. Mm-hmm. If it listened to hope and faith, we live in a different world. It goes on the constitution of the authenticity of each singularity. And that singularity is its own love. Because you can't love an outside world when the kingdom of heaven lies within, or it's a subjective universe. You can offer love, oh yes, but it must be accepted by the singularity. Just like when you accept a belief system that you're guilty, or you accept a belief system of someone criticizing you. That's the ascension work. But when you accept that you're awesome, you get awesome. So creation is going to, hey, look at the authentic vibration, I'm awesome. So it creates a world that doesn't define itself by logistics, doesn't define itself by compartmentalization, doesn't define itself by labels that would be externalized as a perceived happiness in time. It attracts you, the nature of you. Read Seth's The Nature of Reality, and this will brighten some things about that. It's really about being that beautiful self. Get the magic by focusing on the magic. Sow and reap. If you are up against your magic and you're mad at your magic because you don't deserve it, or you have a thing that don't deserve love, then you got some work to do with yourself. Because there's no deserving or earning what you are. There's only accepting it. So when that magic comes, like being a magician when I channel, I love it. It's so awesome to channel. And it's not because I'm special. It's not because I earned it. It's because I chose it. I had an intuition and I explored that world, and it validated itself with vibrational isness, not with punctuations of other authorities. It was my awesomeness I chose. So find your awesome in the magic of creation. Because if you're crappy, misery loves company, you're going to get crappy. Yay! There's nothing wrong with crappy, because crappy is magic. We get to do magic crappy. That's cool. But you have a choice. So if you're being awesome, don't get embarrassed, which I did. I got embarrassed and I felt guilty that my life was so awesome. I attracted a wonderful man. We've been together for 6 years. I attracted a wonderful life to where my work clothes are pajamas. And I live in this wonderful, comfortable, exciting world of freedom, and I need to accept that. And my embarrassment was like, do I deserve it? I'm going to hammer this home a little bit. When you get confronted with awesomeness, someone comes out of the blue and says, here, and you question it. That's like kicking yourself in the hoo-hoo. Don't do that. It hurts. Go, wow, look how awesome I am. Thank you. And accept your awesomeness, because it's law of attraction. I know we have pursuit and I know we have goals, and we can be as human as we can. But when it comes that magic and you've done the work of self-discovery and creation says hello to you because you've attracted it just by being authentic, then go ahead and accept it. Be the awesome of the magic that is present in every now. That's what I have to say. Nikki, you wanted to say something, maybe? Oh, I'm sorry.
I just feel like applauding. That's all. Okay. I loved it so much. I loved what you said about when you do the work of self-discovery, because until you do, I'll just speak for myself. And it's a continuing thing. It's it's a lifetime of self-discovery because I'm continuing to change of new things. But until I began to do the work, I believed all those stories about myself, and none of them said I was awesome. And yeah, I started with the law of attraction, I think, what, 2007. And that was really, you know, when I started to develop appreciation, and I started getting some goodies, and I started accepting myself a bit more. So yeah, it's really a process, but it begins with that journey of self-discovery. And most people don't want to look. It's too friggin' scary. And I had no idea all that was there. Put the lid back on, you know? But that's why we all have all these incredible people in our lives to help us along the journey. And I think that's one of the beautiful things. That's what I love about 𝐩𝐤𝐬𝐿 in particular, because we are soul sisters as well. And we've been supporting each other and sharing and working through stuff. And sometimes what you can't see, like your eyelashes, because they're right there, but you can't see them, your friend can and can just hold your hand so that you can go through it, you know? I know we're talking about magic, and I was thinking, well, I can't think of any magical stories, although I've got a million of them, you know? And especially like, as I began to move out of the duality of things and I moved more into oneness, I started being more objective, and yeah, had felt more love for myself and others. More and more magic started to happen, you know, and I'm sure we've all seen the numbers and the coincidences and things like that. But what I wanted to say for me in particular about magic is now going through an experience and having a different reaction. That's magical to me. Like, I'm not saying that it's gone, but I'm saying that that limiting belief has reduced so much that I just can't even believe it, you know? And so, you know, I had that situation that happened yesterday where a beautiful, dear, dear friend said to me, she said, I feel like you're needy and clingy and you want more. I thought, you know, we're friends. Okay. So when she said that, I was like, what, you know? And then she said, and also, I think you're envious of me. And, you know, I really thought about it because I'm used to being responsible and being guilty. So I thought, am I, you know, I really thought about it. And I realized it was just her defenses. It's how she perceived the situation. So I'm really happy she was able to express herself. I didn't like what I heard, but then I knew the work was for me to love her no matter what. And that's what my guide said. They said, yeah, you're going to get tests like this because can you love them even when the outside conditions aren't exactly what you want? So that's a magical thing for me, to be able to be in a situation where I would have been triggered and slammed the door shut and X'd out that friend, and I can move past it. Yes, I'm human. Yes, I felt sad. Yes, I cried. But there was a higher knowing that I was okay, you know, that Nikki hadn't done anything wrong. And to me, I've seen that so I'm seeing it more and more often. I think that's one of the things about Ascension is that everything, you know, before you'd get a little hit here or there, and now it's like boom, 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 you know, it's like moving into this vibration. I can no longer bring those beliefs with me. So yeah, that's magical for me.
Nikki, thank you so much. And Roxanne, I totally agree with both of you. Thank you for bringing up synchronicities. Thank you for, go ahead, Roxanne.
I just want to say fantastic, Nikki. The magic of transfiguration. Real quick, the one thing that I noticed is you can't affirm yourself into ascension. You have to, as she did, accepted that moment. I'm human, I'm mad, but I understand when I'm valuing that reaction from before to now. I held that less accountable to the value of my identity. I'm enough without her acceptance. She's a creator that forgot. I can be human and be mad at her, or I can allow that creator to journey well, and my light might have woke her up to something she wants to see about herself. but I'm not going to manage my light. I'm going to let it out. Perfect. I want to do one of those cheers, you know. That was just perfect, Nikki. All right, Izzy, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's the same. That's what I love about it. It's transmuting, and all magic is change. All, transformation is magic. Magic is transformation, and all change is magic. And so a lot of people think we probably have a lot of perceptions around magic, but magic is many things. But to me, I will say magic is love. It's that love frequency. It's transfiguring or transmutation of fear into a love frequency. And to experience that is amazing. I get high off of it all the time. Sure, I'm not saying when I'm in the fear, it feels amazing, but when I transmute it into love, into the love frequency, it's awesome. And it does, the more practice you have with it, it does seem to go quicker.
It does. Real quick, guys, on that, when she says transition into love, what it is for me is that's our natural state. We don't have to make it into something. We have to change what we see about it to get back to what we already are. So when we're transcending something or transfiguring a belief system through our own, human experience, it's going to return to its natural without a destination of what it's supposed to look like. That's why the journey is a discovery. She started in 2007, Nikki did, and here she is in 2021, and she's lived the magic of change. It's a journey. Fantastic.
Yes, thank you for clarifying that. Go ahead, Kimberly.
No, I was just going to pop in and say exactly what you girls are saying. Shadow work, the transmuting of our own inner shadows, our limiting beliefs. That is where the magic is, because guess what? Once we do that by accepting all aspects of us, this is oneness practice. So, now it's time of great awakening. So you can't help it. We are now being forced to look at our own shadows, whether we like it or not, right? So these are our limiting beliefs and perspectives on duality, beliefs on separation. So they're coming to the forefront for us to address it, to accept who we are, to accept the world, to accept our outside conditions, because everything is happening for us. So as we do this work, this is where the magic is, because like Roxanne said, we return back to our innate love state. Well, we're already love, but we vibrate that in our conscious awareness state. We vibrate in a love dimension. And what happens is that as we do this shadow work, we become naturally more sensitive to our psychic abilities. And that's what's happening. So it's not about yes, you can be guided to learn certain techniques and so forth. But what happens when you naturally do your shadow work, you'll naturally bring online all, these magical abilities, because what's happening is you're transmuting and letting go of that kind of denser energies that no longer serve you. You're allowing more space within your energetic being to receive these activations that's been coming through in our collective, to activate more of who we are, to activate more of our dormant DNA and our divine abilities from our multidimensional self. So all our, psychic abilities, guess what? They're not from like some magical place. Guess where they're from? They're from our multidimensional selves that are existing in the multiverse. So, some ability that might be like of ET origin, for instance. Well, guess where that's coming from? Your ET self in another world. You're actually activating that ability you already have in another dimensional existence. So basically, if you can remind yourself of this, all you're doing is activating the abilities you already have within you. And they come through and they become activated through your divine blueprint. So basically, when you do your shadow work, you kind of get to a certain, vibration, and you've all heard of the term raising your vibration, right? So guess what? It's basically an activation key. So as you raise your frequency to a certain point, it basically becomes a key, and you kind of like unlock your divine blueprint, and then you allow these magical gifts to come, rebirth through you in this physical reality. And of course, it all relates to your soul contracts, your pre-birth intentions. if you are meant to explore certain abilities in this life, you will, right? But it's through vibration. So that's just how the process works. But also in relation to that, I just want to share like experience that I've had recently, and in relation to all these psychic abilities. So as you guys know, for sure, all of you that are watching this live or on the replay, you are the light workers and the way showers, right? And what's happening now in this stage of Great Awakening is that all of us are being called to move forwards in our purpose, right? So perhaps you had fear, perhaps you didn't think you're worthy, but guess what? Now it's time for you to step forward, to push past that fear, right? Now, I want to share an experience that I've had recently about just how these gifts come online and how we're being called to remind ourselves that we are worthy and that we are capable, and to remember how like law of attraction works. So I was with a client, and it's a regular client of mine. So we're quite comfortable. And in this session, this client asked me, can you do a higher self reading? And I was like, well, I don't do that. And I don't know how to do that. And I don't know any processes to do that, right? It's not something that I do. But because I knew about law of attraction, and because I knew that person received the thought to ask me that, I knew that was guidance from spirit working through this person, basically giving me the message that I can do it. So I could have, right, in a third dimensional perspective, I could have just gone, sorry, can't do it. I don't know how to do it logically. I've never done it before. I don't know any processes logically to do it. I've never tried to do it. It's just not been on my radar to do that kind of work. Yes, I channel, and I do channel people's guides, but not like higher self aspects. But because I knew about law of attraction, I knew it was attracted to me, that message came to me, I trusted in myself. I trusted in the message, because any inspired messages, whether it comes to you or it comes through another, it is a divine message for you. So you can trust it or reject it, right? So I trusted it, and I was like, all right, well, never done it before, but hey, I know it came to you for a reason. So let's try it. And it was much more than I could comprehend. It was so fantastic. Like the specific details that came through, like it was like related to the person's purpose, and the shadows and why they're going through certain things, how it relates to their purpose. Like everything was mind blowing. And if that person had not acted on their inspiration to ask me that, I wouldn't not have known that I have this ability, right? But I know it was for me, and it's supposed to happen that way. So that's one example of the magic of Ascension, because you just have to trust in your ability. I could have been like, I can't do that. I don't have the evidence in my reality. I've never done that. I never tried that before. And I just trusted that I could do it, right? Because I believed in law of attraction. I believed that this is a message, and just to surrender to the message. Even if I can't do it, doesn't matter. I'm going to give it a go, because I knew it was a message for me. And that's, that happens to you guys all the time. You might receive a message, it might come through someone else. You receive it in ways that matches your belief systems, but it's about trusting that message, pushing past the fear. Doesn't matter the outcome of it. You just got to push yourself through that fear. And that's why doing the shadow work is so important, because you then, raise your perception of self, know that you're worthy, right? So if you can do this when the time comes, like Roxanne said, when the magic arrives, you can, in that moment, believe in yourself, and you can push past that fear and take action. Because it's one thing to think this, think that, do all the processing, but now we're being called to take inspired action. It's more than just raising your frequency and perception of self. We are being called to now take action. So, because of that situation, I now can offer this, to many people, whoever wants it. And this amazing ability that I have, I didn't know I had, if it wasn't for this person acting on inspiration. If they had fear and said, oh, I can't do that because she doesn't do that, but the fact that, this person was aligned with law of attraction, they knew about, the laws of the universe, you can see that spirit moved us together in a co-creation for this to be revealed. So it was for both our high schools. So this is just an example of how guidance is coming to you every day, but you're being called now to take action, to step forward. So yep, you have to push past your fear, guys. Might be uncomfortable, but that's the era we're in now. You're being called to move the divinity from within you and outwardly through you. That's That's who you are. We are divine beings.
Thank you, Kimberly. I love that story. And yes, I mean, it does feel very subtle. Like when the person asks you to channel their higher being, you know, you were like, we always come up with a little bit of fear, and then you push past it, and you know, you had such a co-creating wonderful experience. Yeah. And I like to think around the magic of it, of the synchronicities, that person finding you, making the appointment, you showing up, and all those little steps before that happened. You know, we kind of like take it for granted, but yeah. Thank you so much. Max.
Yes.
What about you? What's your experience?
Well, let me just come to what Roxanne said before. I have to plead guilty, but somehow about some of the she was saying, right? The being amazed, surprised of the ability that we have. Suddenly, I was in bed and I had a vision of a being for maybe 1 second, what a vision generally is, right? It never lasts more than generally that. And as I was talking about it, I was going into something like surprise, oh wow, this is happening to me, what, and that in the idea of ascension, right? The magic of ascension, I've never been really visual. I have had other things. Visions, it's not really, it was not my strongest thing. Now with the ascension, the awakening, the process, whatever, I have noticed that visions are coming, and right, they are never announced, they just pop up like that. and so I was going into this thing of, oh my God, right? And then Roxanne said, you stop that now, stop it. You idiot ass, right? But right, I'm saying this because this is just to show how these things happen, and it can be visions, it can be some voices that you hear, it can be butterflies, shadows, or anything that, and it's just happening, right? It happens, but we go into this thing of saying, oh my God, what is happening? I'm not normal, or now I'm going to see Jesus on the mountain. Tomorrow you'll see it's going to change completely. No, it just happened because we are able to have these things happening to us. So going into the, I'm mesmerized by my experiences, just right. Pushing it away somehow, so that because right, when you start doing that, and I had other experiences where I was living my let's say my physical experience and going away, and I had 2, 3, 4, 5 experiences like that where I was conscious of what was happening. And then I realized at some point, oh, I'm expecting it to happen. And that's when suddenly it was not happening anymore, right? Because then the expectation of having these things happening, again, pushed them away. And but I had all the other experiences where the magic of express it. So I was in Cambodia in 2019, so just before we couldn't go anywhere anymore, right? Last big trip, I think it was in 2019. Well, doesn't matter. So I went there on this trip and organized everything. And one day we had an excursion we went in a place called Phnom Kulen. It's a sacred mountain in Cambodia with a sacred water and everything. They have the 1,000 lingas, and it's everything. It's there. And we did it already 4 or 5 times, so nothing new, absolutely, right? The thing that we do because we love doing it. But this last time, what happened is that the agency proposed to us to have a new experience in the site, to which I thought, well, right, let's do it. And so we go and we end up on motorcycles, and we go in the jungle behind these Khmer people that are just driving us in the jungle, and I'm just there praying that nothing happens, because it was really the jungle on a motorcycle, and right, the road was not a road. So I'm just, all right, we go to the site, and suddenly everything opens up. And after we went into what then was confirmed to be the lost Khmer capital city of Mahendra Parvata, that now they are confirming is located there. But at the time where we went, it was not yet confirmed. And it's jungle with some statues of elephant, lions, and I could feel that on the side there was this energy, this vortex, or something like that, but couldn't see it obviously. But it was this thing. And when we came back, I realized one thing that I didn't think at the moment, but after that I realized one thing, and that is that in all of our previous trip there, that site was not there. It was not there. It didn't exist in that reality in that moment. And suddenly, in that last trip, this was available to us. It's not that it didn't exist, obviously, it was already in existence. Is that in our evolution, previous to that trip, that was not there for us. And I can swear that the place where we started the trip with the motorcycles, I can swear that the road we took was not there before. So I know that it was absolutely not available to us. And suddenly it has become available and we could go there, right? It's like, right, the magic of Ascension, right?
I love that story. And that just, thank you so much, Max, because when you said, get out of your own way, don't expect it, no controlling magic, everyone out there, and that you didn't see it in other trips. And you know you didn't see it, and you've been there before, and here it appears to you, and you're like, oh my gosh, has this always been here, right? And I know you guys out there who are watching this is saying, well, that always existed, so is that really magic? Yes, it's really magic, because what is magic? An unexpected delight, right? An unexpected perception or view or experience or synchronicity. So I love that story. Thank you so much.
I love it too.
I'd like to jump in with something, if I may. So going back to what Roxanne says about discovery of self, to draw a distinction between discovery of self and definition of self. Because I think Kimberly did something very beautiful in illustrating about her story, that previously she had defined herself as not having a gift to do a higher self reading. Okay. And then suddenly in the moment that's presented to her and she creates a truth that she absolutely can do that and pushes past some residual fear to really immerse herself into that truth. And I think that that's very powerful and that's very magical. But I really am seeing that that's just not something, just because she thought it wasn't on her radar before and it appears before her doesn't mean that she can't do it. It's like if you never dived into a pool before and suddenly you're at somebody's house and they're like, oh, I have a diving board, you want to take a splash? And I know I don't do that. I can't do that. And it's like, yeah, and then you get up there and you do it and you can. So and that's something that really resonates for me because I am a person that has to define themselves in the past, or what I perceive as the past, as a person that couldn't do many things. And now it's like just in the letting go process and the letting go of my own definition, then I get to discover all this new playground to be magical inside of.
Thank you so much. Roxanne?
Okay. Hey guys, real quick, let's look at something that we run over. Maybe in my life, I realized I spoke a language without ever going to school. I realized I learned to walk by intuition. I have a native tongue. I coveted some Greek, a little bit of German, and English without going to school. So integrated into my reality, and whatever you want to call it. When you get an opportunity, we're so structured to think we have to learn it before we go, that we have to get it right because of failure, because of judgment. Our school systems, well, my school system then, let's put it subjectively, taught me I'm not good enough to be in this class. I have to be in this class. It taught me, oh, you passed, you're better than them. Or you did it. Good job. Now I can like you some more because you're a smarter person. So we structure ourselves on failure so much. We're afraid to just experience. So when you're ready to go and dive. What's going to happen? Experience is going to happen. You're ready to jump out of a plane? What's going to happen? Experience is going to happen. So you're going to get more of those attractions come to you and look back at you. Wait a minute. I learned an entire language without going to school. I don't need to get this right before I take a chance here. I'm going to use myself and move into that. Don't forget that we are natural integrators of reality. All we have to do is get the hell out of our way. So anyways, I wanted to make sure that you already know you're awesome.
I love it. Thank you, Roxanne. Thank you, everyone, for sharing stories. And I thought maybe our audience can share or ask questions, not necessarily share a story because this is not a good forum for them, but at least ask questions if they have any questions that they would like to ask.
We could do tea music. Was it? I need to learn that on the flute.
Oh, here we go. Perfect.
There we go. I got it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I have a question for you, Isabelle.
Okay.
I happen to know that a little magic that you have a desire to walk through walls. So is that like the ultimate magic trick for you, or is there more after that?
Yes, I would like to walk through walls. My guides have shown me how to do it. My level of belief is not quite there yet.
Fantastic.
I have the same thing with fly. I know I can fly. My belief is not there yet.
And so, and I also know that I've been shown that I can move water. So I practice with water. I do imprint on water, and it really, if you do imprint your energy in water and then you drink it, you can really taste the difference. So I think that's cool. So I'm just, I find myself easing into walking through walls, because it's big. Like, we've been taught, like, this is solid, you know, and for me to not think that it's solid, that it's going to be a series of steps and phases, I would say.
There was a movie with Peter Sellers called Being There. I think it was Being There. And he has spent his entire life as a butler, was raised and stayed in this house, and never left the house. Then the owner died, and he walked outside, and he was walking on the water because no one told him he couldn't. That was awesome. I was like, yeah, that's awesome. Max, in order to fly, hang on, let me show you.
Oh.
Maybe you need.
He's getting the instruction booklet.
No, she's getting the
Permission slip.
The brooms.
It's the Harry Potter broom.
This is a permission slip. This is Jezebel. Maybe you need a permission slip to fly. Take a step, maybe.
I love it.
Because Jezebel's my around town. Ida's my speedster.
We have a question or more a comment. Let me. Catherine Brown is saying, "Oh boy, so many questions. I'm so ready for more magic. I get very impassioned when my expectations are not met, and I don't have experiences." That's very interesting, actually, because I think that's something that happens very often between what our expectation with magic and then the result that maybe it's not there, or not exact, or it's delayed, or we are not noticing that there is a result.
With that, if you don't mind, I'll just jump in quickly. Just in relation to what I talked about, my experience, it's similar to that in the way you have to trust, you know, and it's about letting go of conditions, right? Because if we're meant to explore something, we will. We just have to allow it to happen in divine time. So divine time, it would say, is like a technology. So it relates to our vibration, it relates to our soul contract. So understand that we have pre-birth intentions. So we might think we want to explore something, but we might effort and try to control our conditions, control who we are, control our magic to manifest something. But perhaps we're not supposed to explore something, or perhaps we are supposed to explore it, but it's meant to be manifested in another magical way. So it really is about letting go. And that's what law of attraction is. Yes, it will be attracted to you, but you also have to let go of controlling the conditions, even controlling our own ascension journey, right? Because if you try to, and with our expectations, right, that is aligned to kind of a control. It's nothing wrong, because we're all conditioned to control our conditions, to create goals and so forth. But really, we're being asked to surrender to the will of the universe. But the will of the universe is the will of us, because we are the universe. So when you surrender to a higher power, you're really surrendering to yourself, what you really wanted to explore here in this reality. So it's about patience, because yes, even for me, many of us have experienced this when we're like, so when's the magic going to arrive? When's this going to happen? When's this going to happen? But we don't understand the picture of what's going, on behind the veil of reality. So we just have to trust the process as we do our shadow work, as we raise our perception of self by reminding ourselves of how worthy we are, of how powerful we are, reminding ourselves, if you are here living on earth in this present time continuum, you are amongst the most advanced humans that have ever existed. Yes, we are more than human, and we are awakening to that realization. However, the people that are living here on this earth in this time continuum are the most advanced beings who ever existed in human form. So understand here that you are so advanced just because you are here. And these things that resonate with you, it is like your higher selves, you know, the knowing of that information, it's permeating to your conscious awareness. So when you are ready, that activation key, vibrational key will open, and then you'll have the magic, the steps, the action steps to take, and the guidance will come to you in your conscious awareness. And that's why also it's good to practice being in the present moment and just open up all your senses. Like for me, for instance, I receive messages in so many ways. Like for me, you know, traditionally, you know, I don't channel for myself, but I receive information for myself. I just receive knowings. You know, I could be brushing my teeth, washing the dishes, and I just have this knowing of something, right? Or I actually get a vision of a future self. So basically like time travel. So it's like my future self is showing me an image of a direction to take. It doesn't mean it's going to manifest exactly. It just means to head in that direction. So that's because it relates to my pre-birth intentions, my soul contracts, my abilities. It relates to my belief systems. But we receive messages in other ways. It could be through, you know, like Nikki said, you know, angel numbers and so forth. It could be messages on TV, could be song lyrics. They're all aligned to our belief system. So we just have to kind of open our senses to how they come. Be in the present moment. Don't disregard. What is common is that we might have this, you know, a vision or this thought, and we might think it's our mere imagination, but understand that when we see things that we think is our imagination, you're actually witnessing dimensions of existence. Imagination is real. It's not make-believe. So when you see a vision, when you receive a thought, know that it's a message for you. But, you know, for you to be aware of those messages, it's about being in the present moment and pushing past the fear. And sometimes these messages do not make sense. Sometimes they're like, how does that relate to that? And you kind of disregard it, but everything is related. We just cannot see, you know, why everything is related because of our vibration, but just trust the guidance and just be patient, because you know, there's reasons why things aren't manifesting at a specific time. We just have to surrender to the flow of the universe and know that everything is happening for us for our highest good, even the perceived pace in which we're traveling on. Of course, time is an illusion. So we're being conditioned to make goals and to reach things at a certain time, but now it's kind of unlearning. It's basically the process of ascension is unlearning so we can remember who we are and our purpose. So it's not about, yeah, so it's kind of counterintuitive, I guess, but it's just surrendering, continue processing as shadow works, also focus on the joy in your reality, follow your passions, and push past the fear, and the magic will be revealed to you. You just have to trust in yourself, trust who you are, raise your perception of how worthy you are. Can you honestly ask yourself, you know, that you're worthy? It's practicing self-love on every single level, you know, and sometimes it's hard, like, to love our own journey, because I know, like, it's very common in the light worker community. We judge our own past. You might see other people go, how come I'm not there? And I'm doing all this work. So where are my abilities? And we judge our own journey, but you're not doing anything wrong. There's a divine time in all things, right? So some of us might have had our gifts activated before others, but that's because of our role here. It's because of our soul contracts, because of the role we're playing, you know, so there's reasons why certain things aren't manifesting. So firstly, understand there's nothing wrong. Your path is perfectly unfolding in the most magical way. You just have to trust and allow it. And if you can be an allowance, you'll find more magic becomes activated. So yeah, it's really counterintuitive. It's really just process of unlearning and surrendering.
Yeah. Kimberly, Kathleen is also saying, how can I draw more magic in? Or anyone else that want comment on this?
Let me give you this. You were born into a world of becoming. You're born into a world of you're not enough. You want proof? Earn someone's respect. Show me your resume. Tell me about yourself. We're constantly validating ourselves as a human perspective to live to the shores of other people's value in us. So then you have to build that identity up, and you're expecting, since you're focusing on creation, you're expecting to have something come to you, and it's not. Well, like Kim said, time is an illusion. It's part of the game of humanity. So expectation was built into your structure. So what your magic is right now is self-evident. It's not the definitions of happiness. It's that you're looking at your belief systems right now that can allow you to see the magic that you're expecting to see in a certain definition or compartmentalization, whatever that is. And you're getting disappointment because of forced timing, as Seth said, forced timing, natural timing. So here's what you do. You allow the now, and whenever the now is feeling lack full, because we're born separated, then you accept yourself in that moment just by saying you're enough, Kathleen. I'm enough. My God, I'm sorry. Creation chose me to exist. I'm here. Look, I'm a reality. I'm an experience. What's the other option, which is not even an option? It's called non-existence. Don't forget you are existence. You're enough. Non-existence doesn't even know they're not existing. Existing is, we are here. So start with that. It doesn't fulfill the ego. Oh, hell no. It doesn't make you happy. No. It leaves you looming in this emptiness of self-worth. And that's the discovery, is to choose that magic in the moment, that passion. When Kimberly said, the passion of the now, the passion that you are, that fulfills you without the objectification of what's going to make me happy. How many times have you accomplished goals, and as soon as you said it, you go, yay! Okay, what's next? Okay, what's next? Okay, what's next? So your constant idea of chasing the idea of happiness or magic. Be the magic of the moment. The simplicity of reality is monumental compared to the human definement of what we would consider imagery to make ourselves accepted to the outside world. So what your magic is right now is seeing, I have expectations. I'm looking at myself lack full because I'm not getting comparatively to others' realities. They got this, they got theirs. Where's my candy? Good. That's what your magic is. Right now, you're looking at your magic. You're looking at your transfiguration, because beyond those ideas that take your belief systems and trigger an emotion, and then you have an experience all sequentialtaneously, bam, that's your reality you just created through your belief systems. But if you recognize that, if you're sharp and you're aware, and you surrender to the humility of I am a creator that forgot everything, then I can see my expectations, my hope and my need and my comparative value. When my existence is enough, I can go ahead and choose just the little things. Look, I have socks. I have a closet. But you don't need to define it. But just look at the reality you are. Start there. And then see your monumental belief systems that they told you. If you work hard, you can get there and you can do anything you want. Bullshit. It doesn't work on that. It works on worth. Worth gets you places. Vibration attracts realities. Love this kingdom. And you'll find that those things that you're looking for come in ways. Real quick, Bashar said it. The little girl wanted a pony for Christmas. And then her parents go, well, what kind of pony? She goes, I don't care. I just want a pony. No, come on, you want, but no, just a pony. That would be great. Simplicity, no expectations. Christmas, she goes out to the barn and there's not a pony, there's a unicorn. Because creation is going to bring you more than what you can expect. Because this version of humanity is a dumbed down version of creation and the possibilities. It's a great version of human. The experience of being, that's great. But you can have beyond that. And your happiness lies in your memory. Creation is now. Go with the now and don't worry about the future. Manifest your purpose in your idea of your now interaction, and you'll start seeing the magic. And when you come across the enlightened realities of standards that you bought in because you were born separated, and those vibrations are starting to upset you and you're getting pissed off and you're going, yeah, I'm a badass because I get to feel this pain. I can't get it anywhere else. I can't get this suffering anywhere else. I can't be expecting, God, I get to do this. Goddamn, I'm a badass. Look at me. I suck. And then you love it. and then you transfigure it through your beauty, not through your fighting it. Because if you're lackful about your lackful reality, you're going to get lack. You're awesome about your lackful reality, you're going to transfigure. So go be awesome. Go be awesome. Go ahead.
Yeah, can I just come in?
No.
Well, I'll do it anyway. If you watch this panel tonight and relate it to magic, let me say this: when you look to each one of these beings that have been expressing themselves tonight here. You look at Kimberley, Nikki, Daniel, Roxanne, Isabelle. You look at each one of them, and you will notice one thing about each one, and it is that all they are doing, all they are saying comes from one place, the heart. The heart. That's the center, that's the magic. All magic comes from there. When you understand that, you are in the right place for your magic. And that's why all of these beings are able to do these amazing things. But they are not amazing because none of us here is thinking, oh, I'm using my heart. I have to go in my heart in order to be able to channel. I have to go in. That. It's built in. We just do it. Not thinking, we do it. Right? So this is something that I can offer about that. Right? Anyone else on this?
Beautiful, Max.
Thank you, Max. That was absolutely beautiful.
Yes, it was definitely the heart. And, you know, our heart center is a portal, and it's literally a portal. So, you know, that's why it's so powerful when you do your meditations, connect to your heart center. Whenever you do your inner processes, connect to your heart center. Our divine blueprint is in our heart center. Our spiritual mainframe is what's called our divine blueprint, and that's situated in our heart and a heart portal. That you experience your multidimensional lives. You can travel throughout the multiverse or accessed from your heart portal. So everything is in the heart center. I know I've been conditioned that, you know, I know we've got our chakras and everything like that, and crown chakras and psychic energy, but really our new navigating system in reality is not from this ego mind controlling everything, analyzing everything. It is now just being in the heart space. It is it's, you know, we call this the divine feminine energies, the intuitive sense, right? So it's really about surrendering instead of us trying to think through our day, right? Control our day. Now we're being called to navigate a new way, and that is just surrender. And I know last time we did this 2 weeks ago, I know me and Nikki we were mentioning this about the whole memory thing. And, you know, and if you guys haven't caught that one, it was about Ascension symptoms and how some symptoms are like we forget our memories. It's because sometimes we don't need certain memories. Now we are navigating from the present moment in our heart center. So if you don't remember something in your brain, that's okay, because now we're being called to just surrender in the moment and just lead from the heart, right? So those of you watching this, you know, you are the light workers and the way showers. So all our divine power is in the heart space. And that's how we also raise our frequency of self, raise our perception of self through love, because love is who we are. Unconditional love. What's that? Unconditional acceptance of who we are and our reality. Everything is happening for us, even our path, the pace on which it's unfolding, our abilities, who we are. It's divine love. It's perfect. No matter where you are in your journey, you are perfect and complete and whole. You are love. So when you can surrender to that, once you can really align to that belief, and all the magic will be revealed to you, it will be remembered by you. So this is a remembering journey. So yeah, that's just, we are magic. So it's just about surrendering to it.
I want to jump in one more time here. So I really love what you said, Max, about it coming from the heart. And it dawned on me that when Bashar talks about the formula about following your excitement to the best of your ability with no assistance in the outcome, Bashar didn't say follow your intellect, follow your excitement. The excitement is here. You know, this is going to try to rationalize what's going on. The more you tap into here, this is what I'm just going to repeat a word that Roxanne often uses, and hopefully I pronounce it right. The Gestalt is here. You know, exactly. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, everyone. All right, so I think that would be a beautiful thing to end on, from being in the heart center, feeling it, feeling joy, feeling love, accepting yourself wherever you are on your journey. Your journey is unique to you. And hopefully this fun conversation that you spent a little time with us will help you be open to your awesomeness or magic or more love. So until next time, we will see you not next Sunday, the following Sunday at the Ascension Roundtable. Who is going to host next?
Max.
Max! Max is
Max,
gonna
breakfast
host
with
us.
Max.
So look for the next Ascension Roundtable with Max and his crew. Until then, bye.
Bye,
Thank you
everybody.
all.
Bye,
Love
everyone.
everyone. So you can just hit end stream on YouTube.
Yeah, you have to end both. Yeah.
And
I
then
know,
on
YouTube.
here too,
Sorry.
Zoom as well.
All right, stream finished.